devastated because he's like a father to me, and I miss seeing him and miss being around him. And since he hurt his hip, I wasn't able to go see him this past year. And I usually take him out to lunch or dinner or something just to get him out of the house. But wasn't able to see him this time. And it's devastating news. And in times like this, won't even be able to go and see him or anything or the family, which is tough.
What type of coach was he? What type of man was he back in your playing days? What kind of memories do you have of him?
You know what? He ruled us with an iron fist. He was tough. He was definitely tough. But you know what? In the same instance, he would be so tough for us. But then the next minute, he'd give you a hug and he'd be like, "It's okay. You got this. I'm your first call. I'm your first contact. Call me if you have problems." And he was always there to listen, which was amazing. You don't really see that in coaches, but he was one of those guys that definitely he would go above and beyond for any of us. He always called us his daughters, like we were his second, 15 daughters, I guess you could say, on the team.
When you have a type of guy like that leading a program, and it makes that family atmosphere very strong within that unit. How was that like that in the program back in the day?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, to have him like that, like he would yell at you in one instant, and then after practice, he'd high five you and hug you, and he'd say, "It's okay," and you're like, "But you were just screaming at me 2 minutes ago." But that's what he tried to motivate you as best he could, and that's how he did it, and it was great.
It seems like that he asked a lot of his ladies on the court and off the court to make them better women in the future.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I could still call him today if I needed something, and he would do whatever he could for me. And that's what type of person he is. I mean, it didn't matter if you were his first year or his last year. If you called coach, he would do whatever you needed him to do.
A few years ago, I actually was looking at the video not too long ago when he was honored with 319 being retired. How neat of a moment was that? I remember seeing you there. How cool was it to get a lot of the women that he led and he coached all there together?
It was an honor to be there. He has done so much for YSU, the program, and just not basketball, but every sport and everything in the area. It was just an honor to be there and be part of that, and being able to give him some wins to be on that tally. That's what was great about it.
A ton of success in your years from 94 to 98. You were a part of that team that knocked off Memphis in the first round and reached the second round, the furthest the program's been. How special was that season, and how cool was it to be a part of that?
Oh, it's amazing. I still get goosebumps talking about it because, we were the first team to ever do that. But coach, he led us. He was the one. He's like, "You guys got this. Stay calm, be fine. I know you're going to win." Like he had this calm confidence about us going into the Memphis game. And we were, a little nervous, but we knew we could do it too, just because he, gave us that confidence the whole time, the whole season.
What was that like when he was being so calm and collected about it, and then when it finally happened, how was the reaction after that?
I know I was crying. I was bawling my eyes out. I was hugging him. I'm like, "Coach, you said we could do it. I knew we could do it." And he's just like, "Yeah, now we got another game. Let's get it together." Always looking ahead and looking forward to the next one.
How big of a loss is this for this family, for this YSU family, to see him go?
It's a huge loss. I mean, like I said, he's done so much for the program over the years. I know I go to the women's basketball golf outing every year. He would be there. He would get there. He would just make an appearance. I mean, just seeing him there, that's amazing. He'd be at some of the basketball games when you'd go to him. So, I mean, it's going to be a very tough loss.